What if I told you the future isn't coming? It's already here, and it's happening in Japan. Imagine robots that can read your brain signals, help paralyzed people walk again, care for the elderly, fight loneliness, deliver life-saving medicine, and even run hotels. This isn't science fiction or a movie script. These technologies are already changing real lives today. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the incredible robots proving that the future has quietly become reality. HAL, the mind-controlled exoskeleton. Consider HAL, the hybrid assistive limb exoskeleton. At first glance, it looks like something out of science fiction, a metal frame strapped to a human leg. But the real magic happens beneath the skin. 9 electrodes are placed along the body. Listening for the faintest electrical whispers the brain sends out the moment a person merely thinks about moving their leg. The exoskeleton catches that signal before the muscle even has the strength to respond, and it moves the limb accordingly. What makes HAL extraordinary is not just that it helps someone walk in the moment, but that it actively rebuilds the connection between brain and muscle over time. This is neuroplasticity in action. Patients recovering from spinal cord injuries, strokes, and various forms of paralysis are not simply being carried by a machine. They are being retrained by one. HAL was never built to be a permanent crutch. It was built to make itself unnecessary, to hand back the body's own ability to walk. The world's first robot hotel. The Hina hotel chain takes this even further, with over 20 locations across Japan staffed mainly by robots, including front desk dinosaurs who check guests in across multiple languages, facial recognition systems that eliminate the need for key cards, and robotic arms that handle luggage. Guests can control room features entirely through voice commands, and automated systems even manage clothes cleaning, creating a hospitality experience where convenience and novelty merge into something genuinely futuristic. Elderly care robots. That same spirit of restoring independence rather than replacing it shows up again and again in how Japan treats its elderly population. AIRC functions like a tireless silent guardian, watching vital signs around the clock, sensing falls the instant they happen, and alerting medical staff before a minor accident becomes a tragedy. Then there is RIA, a robot strong enough to perform the heavy lifting and patient transfers that would normally require the combined strength of 10 human nurses. This isn't just about efficiency. It's about protecting the backs and bodies of caregivers who have spent years absorbing the physical toll of their profession, while also preserving the dignity of patients who no longer have to be hoisted around like cargo. And there is Robear, shaped deliberately like a soft, friendly bear rather than a cold steel machine, because engineers understood that being lifted by something that looks gentle feels entirely different from being lifted by something that looks like an industrial crane. Every design choice here reflects a deeper philosophy. Technology should soften the experience of vulnerability, not amplify it. Rakuro and Aeolus robot. Mobility extends beyond the hospital room. Rakuro is an autonomous robot that drives along sidewalks, carrying elderly or disabled passengers without requiring them to expend any physical effort, all controlled through a simple smartphone app. It even has a face, with expressive eyes and a mouth that signal its intended movements, so the humans walking nearby can read its body language the way they would read another person. Meanwhile, Aeolus robot pulls double duty. By day, it can detect falls and summon help in an instant, and then it switches roles entirely to disinfect hospital floors and surfaces, quietly reducing the spread of infection. None of these machines are positioned as replacements for human caregivers. They are partners, absorbing the physical burden so that human compassion can focus where it matters most. This idea of robotic partnership rather than robotic replacement runs through nearly every example Japan has produced. Archax, the drivable mech robot. Archax deserves a closer look, since it represents a completely different category of robotics from the humanoid assistant seen elsewhere in Japan. Rather than walking quietly beside a patient or serving coffee, Archax is a 4-meter-tall, 3.5-ton piloted machine built for raw physical power. It moves on 4 hydraulic legs, capable of climbing over rubble and uneven terrain that would stop a wheeled vehicle entirely. Its arms are strong enough to handle heavy construction materials, and its design has even been showcased performing controlled combat demonstrations, blending entertainment with serious engineering. Engineers see real potential for machines like Archax in disaster response zones, where human rescuers cannot safely enter collapsed structures, and in military or industrial contexts requiring brute mechanical strength guided by precise human control from inside the cockpit. Together with Kaleido, Archax shows that Japan's robotics ambitions stretch from the gentlest companion robots all the way to the heaviest machines built to face disaster head-on. The smart suitcase for the blind. For the visually impaired, independence has taken the form of something as unassuming as a suitcase. The Mira AI suitcase looks ordinary, but it is anything but. Controlled by voice or smartphone, it uses LiDAR sensors and depth cameras to build a live map of its surroundings, steering its owner safely around obstacles. When it needs to communicate a turn, it doesn't speak. It vibrates through the handle, a gentle pulse to the left, a pulse to the right, a firmer buzz to stop. With this quiet companion, a blind traveler can walk through an airport, a shopping mall, or a train station without needing a human guide or a service animal at all. It transforms a simple piece of luggage into a silent, trustworthy navigator. Robots fighting loneliness. Then there is the deeply human problem of loneliness, something robotics engineers in Japan have not shied away from. Kairobo, a robot astronaut standing just 34 centimeters tall, was developed through a collaboration between the University of Tokyo, Toyota, and JAXA. It uses facial and voice recognition to hold genuine conversations, and it actually traveled aboard the International Space Station talking with astronaut Koichi Wakata. It even earned Guinness World Records for being the first companion robot in space and for achieving the highest altitude robot communication in history. Closer to Earth, Aibo offers the companionship of a dog without the mess, recognizing faces, learning names, and developing something that feels remarkably like a personality. Love It, an emotional robot shaped like a small toddler, responds to attention with crying and giggling, giving elderly owners a renewed sense of being needed. And Paro, a robotic baby seal, has proven so effective at calming agitation and dementia symptoms that doctors use it as a genuine medicinal tool. These robots prove that Japan's vision of robotics reaches far beyond physical assistance and deep into the territory of emotional and therapeutic care, treating loneliness itself as a condition worth engineering against. Wingcopter drone delivery. Speed and logistics tell their own story. The Wingcopter drone can fly at speeds up to 240 kilometers per hour, practically a sports car of the sky. In Nagasaki's Goto Islands, it delivers medicine and blood samples in just 10 minutes, a trip that used to take 45 minutes by ferry, all while keeping its temperature-sensitive payload perfectly controlled. For remote island communities, this isn't a convenience. It can be the difference between life and death, especially in medical emergencies where every minute saved matters enormously. Bellabot, Pepper, and Sawyer. Hospitality has been transformed just as dramatically. Bellabot, a cat-faced robot waitress, can carry around 10 kilograms of food without ever forgetting an order or spilling a drink. Pepper, a 4-foot-tall humanoid, reads human emotions through facial expressions and voice tone, tells jokes, dances, and converses in 15 languages. And at Henna Cafe in Shibuya, a NASA-engineered one-armed robot named Sawyer prepares coffee from bean grinding to final pour in just 3 to 4 minutes, letting a single human employee run an entire cafe alongside it. Together, these machines show how robotics can add warmth and consistency to service industries rather than coldness. Avatar robots for remote work. Perhaps most moving is the Avatar Robot Cafe model, where robots like Oriheim allow people with severe disabilities, including ALS and spinal cord injuries, to pilot a robot remotely from home, taking orders and chatting with customers as if they were physically present. Over 80 pilots have found meaningful employment this way, their faces displayed on the robot's screen, proving that physical limitation no longer has to mean social or professional exclusion. This is perhaps the clearest example of robotics being used not to replace human contribution, but to remove the physical barriers standing in its way. Smart parking solutions. Even Japan's cities reflect this obsession with seamless automation, from underground bicycle parking systems that swallow a bike within 8 seconds to vertical car parking towers that retrieve a vehicle in about a minute. These systems quietly solve one of the biggest challenges of dense urban living: the simple lack of space, turning wasted ground area into efficient, almost invisible storage solutions. The cashier-free future fully automated convenience stores now use cameras and sensors to handle checkout without a single cashier, automatically charging customers as they exit. Robotic restocking arms move thousands of items daily with tireless precision, working 24 hours a day without fatigue, cold hands, or human error, redefining what an everyday shopping trip can look like. Building guidance. Robots. Beyond hospitals and hotels, robots are now finding work inside ordinary office towers. Companies like Shimizu Corporation have deployed robots that greet visitors at the entrance and lead them directly to meeting rooms without any human staff needing to intervene. These robots can call elevators on their own, ride them to the correct floor, and navigate completely different layouts across multiple buildings, adjusting their route in real time if a hallway is blocked or a door is closed. Once their task is finished, they return automatically to a docking station to recharge, ready for the next visitor. This kind of building-level automation reflects a broader vision Shimizu describes as the building of the future, where robotic hosts handle the small, repetitive tasks of guidance and logistics, freeing human employees to focus on more meaningful work. Kaleido 9. Precision meets power. Kaleido stands at the opposite end of the spectrum from the giant mech machines, favoring balance and dexterity over sheer size. Standing 180 centimeters tall and weighing 85 kilograms, it can lift up to 18 kilograms while maintaining stable balance on uneven walking surfaces, thanks to reinforced joints and advanced pressure sensing in its feet. Operators control Kaleido remotely through a VR headset from anywhere on Earth, allowing a single skilled pilot to direct the robot's movements as though they were physically present at a disaster site or construction zone. Its modular gripper system means the same robot body can switch between sweeping debris, carrying materials, or assisting in building tasks simply by changing its hand attachment, making it one of the most adaptable humanoid platforms currently being tested in Japan.